often get asked by investors, because I'm an ex-lawyer, about what to look out for when entering into a shareholders agreement with a property developer. And this contemplates the situation where a property developer and an investor have come together to form a special purpose vehicle, an SPV, to do a property development deal. And the property developer will be the project manager and will carry out the property development, and the investor will obviously be contributing funds. Now, I've just finished reviewing a shareholders agreement, so I thought while it was fresh in my mind, I'd do a quick run through of the things that I really care about and look out for. So I think number one definitely has to be priority of cash. So if you're putting in the funds, whether it's by debt or equity, you want to make sure that you're paid out before any profits are distributed. Okay? You get your money back in full before the property developer gets any cash whatsoever. Okay, number two, I think, would have to be decision making. You really want to have a say over the major decisions in relation to the property development, the ones that are really going to affect your investment. By this, I kind of mean things like the price at which the property is going to be sold. I'm not talking about sort of day-to-day decisions. That's very much in the property developer's domain. And actually, you do need to give flexibility to the property developer to carry out his or her job. But things like, yes, as I mentioned, how the property is going to be sold, what price the property is going to be sold, is the SPV going to take on any debt, what happens if you go over budget, are you required to fund, are you required to take on any more debt, will the SPV take on any guarantees or any indemnities? These are the type of things that you really want to say over. So I really recommend just sitting down and thinking, what high-level decisions do you want consent rights over? I think number three on my list would have to be making sure that the agreement had a prescribed deadlock procedure. Now, what I mean by this is that if you and the property developer don't agree for some reason, potentially the deal's gone south, or there's some unforeseen circumstance that's cropped up, then you will want a structure in place by which to go through to be able to resolve these issues. And step one is normally a certain amount of time, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month, where you and the property developer will be required to sit down and talk it out and see if you can come to a reasonable solution. Failing that, if relationships are broken down too much, you'll want a prescribed procedure of how to sell the property, to get out, to end your relationship. But it's all good to have these conversations now where everyone's happy and getting on, than when it actually communications break down. And I think the last one is in relation to transfer of shares. I always like to put in my agreements that the property developer isn't allowed to transfer their shares without my consent, even subject to preemption rights, because I have chosen that property developer because of their reputation. I've done a lot of due diligence on that property developer. I know that that property developer can do the job. They're the ones that I want to work with. I don't want to work with a third party who I don't have control over. So it's always important for me that they don't have the right to transfer their shares unless I consent to it. Those are some of the issues that I would pick up on a shareholders agreement. There are obviously others, and I would strongly recommend you getting a lawyer who specialises in this field to review your agreement. But I hope that helps anyway. Thank you. Bye-bye.